You took my motherfucking family away and got the nerve to say you did it as a single mother. You let your pride get in the way like we don't need each other. Deep down inside, I really think you wanna see me suffer. Deep down inside, I do believe you wasn't competition. You said I left, like really though, like it was my decision. That shit you did was out of line, but we ain't gotta mention. You like to talk, but just enough that you ain't gotta listen. I'm out the picture and the kids think it's picture perfect. Because you told them all our problems when it wasn't working. And then you held that shit against me when I wasn't working. For what it's worth, it's nothing worse than feeling like you worthless. I know it's hurting every time I'm thinking about my daughter. Cause she don't know how much her dad is really in the corner. Because she only value love from all the shit you bought her. And she don't know what love is, and that's the way you taught her. It's like I'm being tortured. You took my family away. Took my motherfucking family away. You took my motherfucking family away from me. Took my motherfucking family away.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 14.
All right, Shalom, Kol Haloya, Habashimil, Shabbat, Shemach HaKodash, double honors to the elder apostles and elder bishops of GMS, including the elders that came before them that taught us this truth. Shalom and salutations to all the brothers out pushing the word and truth and in sincerity, the hopeful elect tabernacle of David. The Aquat that are listening and learning, being a pillar of rest, 144,000 and 1/3, the hopeful elect of Israel. I'm the brother Yashawan. And this is going to be a lamb back off of this brother right here, GMS. Amath Eyes from Yahawada 144, who made an awesome epistle. And the title of his epistle is An Epistle to My Adulterous Wicked Wife. Okay, and I watched that, and I watched this rap. I don't even like rap, but I like this, because it had me in tears for real. So, because I went through this, right, and this is my testimony, okay. This is straight to the bone, right, and then the brother goes in, right, and he breaks down. I'm sure that this is his family. These are pictures of his family that was taken, right? And I had the same story. So the mother of my child, right, who is now 15 and a half years old. So when she was 2 months old, her mother extracted her, right? We were living together because I was trying to be responsible. I was a grown-ass man of 45 years. And so, had a year in the truth, and that's what kind of ran her out. She couldn't hang no more, and she took my daughter at 2 months, and then went to court and put the whole truth on trial, starting with the elder apostle Dahar, and was bearing false witness throughout the entire court docket, and and was able to successfully separate my daughter, and I couldn't even see her. I could see her twice a week for 5 hours on Tuesday and Thursday. Supervised visitation, all this crazy shit, right? And all the things that were written in the court documents were all lies, right? And it was complete false witness, and she played the system against me. And it destroyed me. And she made me make a choice. She said, either you can be a family with us and you leave the truth, right? Or I'm leaving and you're not going to see. She laid it down just like that. And I knew that I had to choose the truth no matter where it led me, right? This was 15 years ago now. And the first time we went to court, it was, She was probably 3 or 4 months at that time. And then, so we got beyond that, and I knew that she had to breastfeed, and she was the mother, so I had to stand down. And it was actually that, right, that when I lost that first court case through bearing false witness, I that made me, make a sign. I remember making a sign that day when I got home from the courthouse. I made a sign through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Shai, the 12 tribe sign, and went out the next day, and that was my first day on the highways and the byways. It was 2000. It was July of 2008. Okay, Slovakia, July of 2009, because I came in like February '08 and was scared to go out. Right, and the elder apostle told me, "Get your ass out there." That was great. And I'm like, well, I got to learn something before I go out there. And so anyway, got home from court. I made that sign and been going out ever since. Haven't stopped. So it hit home, right? It hit home. And of course, she was seeing other men right after she left, right? Let me get my body back in shape, da-da-da-da, and was dating, and, that was the first time. And then when she was 3.5, we went back to court again because she wasn't, abiding by the court record or whatever. Wasn't letting me see her. And, I'm like, well, I'm going to fight this thing. So we went back for the second time. She was 3.5, right? And, basically the same thing. And but she relented, right? And we were going to do away with the court order. And I basically had, it was actually Gad's dad. Gad out of San Francisco was my lawyer, right? Out of the San Francisco, GMS San Francisco camp. And so we basically won that, and then I got her to throw the case out. And what I didn't do was go down and file that document, her relinquishment with the court. I just kind of let it go because I thought that we, were beyond it. Sure enough, she started acting up again. And then when she's like 9, I had to go back again, the last time to the court. And it took a couple of years on this last, so the total of 3 times going to the court to get my custody. And so this last time it all came out, the truth came out, that the whole thing was a bunch of false witness and all lies. And so I was awarded joint custody, shared, it's 50-50, right? Which is what it should have been in the beginning, okay? So I'm gonna finish this story, but I'm gonna get a couple of precepts first. So let's start here, okay? Ecclesiastes 8:11. Because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily, therefore the heart of the sons of men is fully set in them to do evil. Let me read that in the NIV. When the sentence for a crime is not quickly carried out, people's hearts are filled with schemes to do wrong. And this is what the mother of my child was doing, right? Up to, like 4 years ago. Getting away with it, using the court system, lying, bearing false witness, and using racism. The court was completely on her side, believed everything she said. It was all lies until I got a good enough lawyer to prove it all wrong, prove it all false, right? And went through, it was crazy. Tried to go for child support. That got flipped on her. She was paying me. Just the whole thing. And it was things like that that I knew that the Spirit was dealing with me. And long story short, let me read this one, okay? Because the Most High, right? Nahum 1:3, the Lord is slow to anger. right? And then great power, Salakia. The Lord is slow to anger and great in power and will not at all acquit the wicked. The Lord hath his way in the whirlwind and in the storm, and the clouds are the dust of his feet. So the point is that he's slow to anger, right? And great in power, but great in power, and will not, right, leave the guilty unpunished. So what's going on now that my daughter is 15 and a half, she's beginning to understand, right, who those people are that kidnapped her, okay? And she's beginning to rebel, right? And I knew that this day was coming because the Most High is just. He will not leave the guilty unpunished, all right? So I went and picked her up today, right, from her mother. And my daughter can't wait to tell me the problems that they're having. Okay, the mother of my child lives with her mother, so my daughter lives with her grandmother and her mother. And they both uh, conspired to take my daughter away from me because of the truth, right? Now, I mean, eventually the punishment for that is going to come. You can't touch one of those little ones. Lord willing, I'm one of those little ones, okay? But what I'm watching right now is nothing less, right, than the punishment of the wicked, right? It's coming on her. She's losing her mind. She's uh, quintuple polar, the whole thing. So my message to the brother, right, GMS Amathia Eyes from Yahweh 144, my message to him is this: look, brother, it gets better, okay? Completely destroyed me, but what we got to do is, and it's just a test. The Most High is putting you through it, right? And this is a big one, right? But what you're doing is you're saving your daughter, right? You're working towards her being protected, right? What is that? A man and his family. Let's see if I can get that. A man and his what? Is it family? I might be pulling it up wrong. A man and his house. Not heritage. A man and his, what is it? Countryman inheritance. I don't think it's inheritance. Let me see if I can find it on the phone. It's important something to get. Salaki, bear with me real quick. Yeah, it hit me, boy. It brought that shit right back up. And those times where you had to, to rough it. It was crazy. Anyway, it does get better, and the truth will come out, right? Save a man. Maybe I should have put save. Save a man. That ain't it. Salaki. Is family. Let's see if I can find it. I am not finding it because I'm not putting the right words in. Man and his whole house. I'm not going to find it. So anyway, um, might be deliver. You brothers know what I'm talking about. I just can't find it. Deliver. Not getting it. Okay, I'm going to move on anyway. But that's what we're doing. You know, it's the long game. You got to play the long game. Even a man and his. I can't. I'm gonna think. I'm gonna keep thinking about it. But anyway, yeah, it gets better, right? And your children are they're gonna understand through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. All right, and you know, I'm kind of rambling, but let me get this. Let me go to the milk, right? Um, let's get lean nut, right? I'll close out with this because it's crazy, man. But see, in the kingdom, everything's going to be good. All right. So this is what we got to do. We got to endure until the end, and this is how. Okay. Proverbs 3:5. Trust in the Lord with all thine heart, which is your mind. Lean not unto thine own understanding. Okay. You got to take that shit on the chin, right? Chastise those that he loves, right? Let me go right here. Hebrews 12:6. All right. For whom the Lord loveth, he chasteneth, right? And scourges every son whom he receiveth. That's good news. So when your family's being taken away, right? Because the Lord disciplines the one he loves and he chastens everyone he accepts as his son, right? How about this one? I know this one by heart. It's Deuteronomy 28:32. Let's see. Because I remember going through it. I'm like, oh, okay, here it is right here. Right? This makes perfect sense, right? There will be no might in your hand. I believe it's 32. Right here. Here's what's going on. Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people. That's exactly what happened. And thine eyes shall look and fail with longing for them all the day long, and there shall be no might in thine hand. There ain't a damn thing you can do about it. Okay, so it's just the curses, right? Now, what are we seeing now? Let's get what is it, 30 and 4, right? Uh, 7, right? Here's what's going on now. Because I do believe that her mom, my baby mama, is an Edomite, right? She could be a Jake, but that wickedness, boy, that wickedness, she might be a Jake. Anyway, this is Deuteronomy 30:7. And the Lord thy power will put all these curses upon thine enemies, and on them that hate thee, which persecuted thee. Right? So I see that shit. She right now, my daughter, all she can do is talk about how her grandmother is tripping and how her mother is tripping and her life is spiraling out of control. And I looked at my wife today and I said, you know, my dreams are coming true. So, and my wife, right, is my daughter's mother, right? Her real mom, who actually is in the truth and is, you know, striving for righteousness and doing quite well. So, call halal Yahweh Shem Shai for that. Anyway, brother, it does get better, right? Hang in there. We're almost the F out, okay? And with that, I hope that, you know, this was enlightening and encouraging in some kind of way. It gets better, man. And then, you know, you'll have the last laugh, all right? So, you know, with that, I'm going to say shalom.